Changes in the human microbiome. City dwellers are losing healthy gut microorganisms. Cellulose-digesting microorganisms are becoming increasingly rare in the microbiome of modern city residents. In the so-called Western diets are largely lacking in fiber, which can fundamentally change the way our intestines digest tough plant matter. For decades, it was assumed that the human body was unable to break down cellulose in the same way as other animals. It was only in 2003 that scientists discovered that human intestinal bacteria are capable of digesting such fibers. Today, scientists are increasingly understanding the processes that allow the human body to break down this most abundant organic compound on Earth, which lines plant cell walls. In a recent study, scientists from Ben-Gurion University, BGU, the Weizmann Institute and Heinrich Heine University Düsseldorf discovered some previously unknown microbes in the human intestine that can break down cellulose. The results and description of the research were published in the journal, Science. It has long been known that fiber is healthy and an important element of our daily diet. But what is this ingredient and why is it so important? It is cellulose, a fibrous material found in plants. Leaves, stems and roots are made of cellulose. Its purest form is long, white cotton fibers. Dietary fiber comes from vegetables or whole grains. Helps maintain a healthy and balanced intestinal flora. But it also serves as the starting point for the food chain. It starts with bacteria that can digest cellulose, providing the rest of our microbiome with a balanced diet. Scientists are just beginning to understand how our body can deal with cellulose. Even though fruits and vegetables have been a staple of the human diet since ancient times, our current eating habits are far from those of our ancestors. This appears to be having an impact on our gut flora, as newly discovered cellulose-degrading bacteria are disappearing from the human gut microbiome, especially in industrialized societies. Throughout human evolution, fiber has always been a staple of the human diet. It was also the main component of the diet of our primate ancestors, explains Sarah Morais from BGU. Scientists used the genes of the bacterium discovered in 2003 to look for other, similar microorganisms. In their work, they analyzed stool samples to study the human gut microbiome from different regions and time periods. The results suggest that humans have more in common with farm animals than previously thought. It turns out that various species of cellulose-digesting microorganisms live in the human intestines, which have so far remained unnoticed. There is one specific species that is closely related to ruminants, another to ancient humans, and another to primates. It was Morais and her team who identified new members of the human gut microbiome, bacteria called Ruminococcus. These microorganisms break down cellulose, producing large and highly specialized extracellular protein complexes called cellulosomes. Breaking down cellulose is not an easy task. Only few bacteria can do it, explains Professor Edward Beyer from the Weizmann Institute, co-author of the study. Cellulose is difficult to digest because it is insoluble. Fiber in the intestines is like a tree trunk in a swimming pool. It gets wet but does not dissolve, he adds. Cellulosomes attach to cellulose fibers and tear them apart. Enzymes then break down the remaining fibers into shorter chains, which become soluble and can be digested not only by Ruminococcus, but also by many other members of the gut microbiome. Cellulosomes convert fiber into sugars that feed the entire community, Beyer says. Cellulosome-producing bacteria have existed for a long time, and their ancestors are important members of the rumen microbiome of cows and sheep, explains Professor Itzhak Mizrahi of BGU, senior author of the study. The rumen is a special organ of the stomach of cows, sheep and deer, in which the grass, fiber, they eat is transformed by cellulose-degrading microorganisms, including Ruminococcus. We were surprised to see that human cellulosome-producing bacteria changed hosts during evolution. Because human strains are more closely related to strains of farm animals than to those of our primate ancestors, he adds. Humans appear to have acquired important components of a healthy gut microbiome from farm animals, which they domesticated early in evolution. These three types of microbes were found to be abundant in fecal samples from rural, hunter-gatherer, and prehistoric humans dating back 1,000 to 2,000 years. However, in the populations of modern industrialized societies, these gut microbes are clearly rare. Our ancestors in Africa 200,000 years ago, they didn't eat lunch in the car or order dinner over the phone with home delivery, says Professor William Martin from the Heinrich Heine University in Düsseldorf, Germany. However, this happens on a large scale in Western societies. Diets in industrialized societies far from the farms where food is produced are simply changing. The authors of the paper concluded that this shift away from a high-fiber diet explains the loss of important cellulose-degrading microbes in our microbiome. Scientists explain that it is possible that if Ruminococcus microbes are deprived of plant fiber, their number in the intestines will decrease. There is concern that these missing microbial species are somehow contributing to poor metabolic health among modern humans. How can this be prevented? What doctors and nutritionists have been saying for decades may help. Eat more fiber.